Following the publication of the Forest Cessation of Forest Reserve Instrument 2022, EI 144, there have been reports circulating in sections of the public that the Achimota Forest Reserve, as currently constituted, has been sold and is set to be earmarked and redeveloped into residential enclave. The general public is entreated to disregard these reports as they are false, baseless, and non-factual. Indeed, what the propagators of these messages have refused to add is that EI 144 was published together with the Forest Achimota Firewood Plantation Forest Reserve Amendment Instrument 2022, EI 154, which I'll be making available to you, members of the press. So, for the avoidance of doubt, President Akufo-Addo, nor myself or his government intends to sell the Achimota Forest or redevelop the Achimota Forest as currently constituted. On the contrary, we intend to enrich the Achimota Forest, revamp it, and hopefully, in the not too distant future, transform it into the likes of Hyde Park of London and Central Park of New York, where Ghanaians can go and enjoy forest, the beauty of nature and forest reserve as it happens in other parts of the world.
So you had that Samuel Abujinapo. He is Lands Minister, responding to claims that the Achimota Forest has been sold. So my colleague Samuel Kojo-Bray stepped out today, and here's what he got from some of you.
So welcome again to another edition of the Citizen Microphone on the AM show on Joy News. Now today we are at the Achimota Forest because of the issues surrounding it. Now there were allegations that government wants to sell off the forest. The government came out yesterday to say, well, I am not selling the forest. What I am doing is to implement a decision that was taken in 2013 to reverse peripherals of the forest to the original landowners, the Owo family. We are here on the street close to the forest itself to find out from you what you make of happenings. Well, as you can see, a lot of drivers or a lot of people are in traffic this morning. We'll be finding out from some of them what they make of the recent development concerning the Achimota Forest Reserve, plus other people who are possibly not in traffic but are willing to share their thought on the Citizen Microphone. Now, you can also share your comment with us on our social media platform, and we will in turn share it with the rest of the world. Welcome again. Let's try and see if we can get some people to chat with. Well, gentlemen, I'm sure you heard of the issue about the forest yesterday. Government says I'm not selling. What do you make of it?
I think selling it will be a bad idea. It's not a good thing to sell the land, because when it rains, it's the forest that protect us. The trees and the, the trees and stuff. They protect us. So if you have to sell the land, that will not make any good use to us. Yeah. So I don't think he selling it will be a good idea. No, he shouldn't.
All right, then.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Chief, can we come to you for a thought or two? What do you also make of the happening?
Okay, we are planting trees, right? So why do we sell the existing ones when we want to plant more? We should rather protect what we have and then build upon what we have, not rather destroying what had already been preserved. These have been preserved for ages. So why is it that today there's a need to destroy what we have protected for ages? It's not right to sell it.
Sure. Well, government says I'm not selling. I'm only giving the peripherals where already development have started to the family for some other development. What do you make of it?
Is it needful? Is it needful? It's not needful to even give out a portion of it. We are supposed to rather protect it, not to give part of it. We know it has been depleted to a way. We are supposed to rather protect what is left, not to give it out. So it's a bad idea. Even giving out the peripherals is a bad idea.
So he thinks that even if it's the peripherals, it's still a bad idea. We are still on the streets, taking your thoughts, especially in relation to the hula baloo about the Achimota Forest. Well, pardon us for the sound. We are on the street today on a busy highway trying to get your thought about the Achimota Forest. Question is, what do you make of what is happening? As allegations are that government wants to sell the forest. Government says, I am not. I am only giving the peripherals of the forest for to the original family for development. What do you make of this? Share your thought with us, and we will share it with the rest of our viewers. This is a Citizen Microphone on the AM show. Government says it doesn't intend to sell the forest. What do you make of the development?
He doesn't intend, or he intend to sell it.
He says the government says they are not going to sell it.
That's okay. That's good. That's good news. But selling it is not good, because the forest is here since long time, and I think it is a good place for us, as you are seeing the environment. Even some visitors has to come here to come and take some enjoyment for themselves. So I don't think it's good for selling it or to sell it.
Okay. What do you think must happen to the forest itself?
Well, that one I can't say. I can't tell. Okay. Yeah, I can't tell.
Thank you very much. So that's it. You are here on your Citizen Microphone. Let's see if we can get other people share their thought with us on this segment of the AM show. Well, let's see if we can still get some people to try and share their thought with us on this segment. Okay. So we are still on the street around Achimota Forest, still talking to Ghanaians about what they make of what's happening. Chief, thank you very much. I hope you're well.
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
What's your thought on the matters arising concerning the Achimota Forest?
Well, of late, I haven't really had time. I just heard about it this morning on news. My father was listening to about it, it being on sale, or they are going to sell it, something like that. But aside that, it's like a vague idea altogether.
Well, government says, well, I'm not selling. I'm only giving the peripherals, which have already seen some development to the family, so that they can develop it for other things, not a forest. But the forest itself still remains a forest. So we're asking, what do you make of that? People say, well, government should not even give any portion of it to anybody. We don't know what you think.
Well, a forest is a forest, There shouldn't be anything like I'm giving some parts of it to individuals for them to use it to do something, okay? Because forest is reserved, understand? But then already you can see some activities already going on along the forest. So the government thinks there's nothing wrong giving those portions to individuals to use for their daily activities. So that's how the whole thing is set up.
And what do you make of that? Like, government thinks, oh, there's the development is already taking place, so no need. Let's move on. What do you think of that?
Well, it's not the best idea right now, I think so, because if some part is already given to some people, I don't think it will take that long for everything to be given to individuals with time. So they should put that idea aside of giving it to some people for them to use it and everything, blah blah blah. They should reserve the forest as it is. That's the best idea. Because looking at the ecosystem right now, a lot of places are losing their forests due to this.
So Ma, yes, we are still talking about the Achimota Forest.
I just want to tell my
okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Very well. I said, I'm a person me can say, my name near president, or person or yet. But Achimota Forest, what we? A bois bebre, who kind the book of 1 Chronicles 7:14 now. Or see, if my people that shall call by my name will humble themselves and seek my face and pray, I, the Lord, I will heal their land. Ghana pempem so ayabedu se age nyame. Omudi omo adwen akonhu bia nya yie. Babia ye mpai bo bia nso a nyame de yakọ ho a yakọkọ mpaye no. Omunim na omudim omunsanka. Oman Ghana nyame ni ye mpanyifo ne bedi ne yawo. Because Achimota Forest na wo ho no. Me osofo ba me so me ko mpaye wo ho. Me ne me krofo ko. Me joined some times ago, but me who said do baby necessary me done me. Ghana nya nipa ba ko dia enye MPP dia ena nya NDC dia enti so mo ya de omo kai ho se edru anajo omo de omo titu pilo so da na omo da omo nkwa kodin ene na se so omo ho se yare ahoro na eba wiase no ya so odin ne ya boni bebrebe ena atwe sa ade ne ba se nipa ya ade a nipa na eka se nipa kana se wonti a e kire wode nnome na ko ufie anya somdwe da.
But I better explain say oh we forest in the main family sanka ye be develop kura ma na ko nanim ye ne ye da ho no na family so mo pen ye de ma omo enye forest na nkasa
ene de enya me masem ono de ne nyankopon asem ono no onim ne oye because Ghana ne ya bedro pempem so a ye mpanyifo afa ne say ye kasa omo ntie biom ne omo ne buku kire omo no omo ye ba ene na me sa me repeat say omo kai ho so omo de omo titu ho a omoda na enna fa mo hi no mo honhom ne ko ene ne nyina sasa ye hu wo wiase se wiase akwane ba ye di ko dakro ye beja ho akwanta ba na odi ba bebu because time anyankopɔ di Nebukadnezar exercise so no obo edu ba bi na odi otimodin ekɔ nyame maso nyame ne di ye ne ye nim se ya president de o ye nyame suro ni but o ye so di ni nsa be ka Achimota Forest na wa pam ye fi ho no mu a nyame ne oh my God na be di. Maybe.
So what she is basically saying is that she is a prophetess and a prayer warrior who prays a prayer group, and therefore, if government wants to sell off the place to deny them a place of prayer, God Himself would deal with the president. Now, when I asked her about the fact that the governor has explained that they are not selling, that they are only giving the peripheral of the forest to the family, she said, well, that is between the president and his God, and that he knows what he's doing. But if it ends up being something that would destroy the forest, God will also not forgive the president. We're still on the street picking your thought on the citizen.
And we'll be taking more thoughts and comments from you later when we open the full lines and when we get onto our Facebook page. You're watching the AM show with Bernice, and Benjamin will be coming later to have a discussion with implementers. It's a project management non-profit organization that partners with charitable organizations and philanthropists as well as corporate institutions to positively impact communities. Do stay. We'll be back shortly.